What's going on, y'all? It's your man Cruzie Cruz with SheddinTV. Here at Breed Studios, I have the one and only lovely Amina Buddafly.
Hey.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag, yeah. Wow.
Impressed, huh?
Please Deutsch?
That's all I know.
Guten Tag, okay. That's
But
good. That's good enough.
Are people surprised when they find out that you're German?
Yeah, a lot of the time. Like, they either think I'm like Hispanic or something, but definitely not German. So they're always like, when I start speaking it, especially, like, yeah.
And you're from Hamburg, right?
Hamburg, yes.
And you were born and raised there?
Yep, born and raised all my
That's
childhood.
amazing.
Yeah.
And when did you come over to the States?
I moved to New York. I was 19. And I didn't directly move, but me and my sisters just wanted to, check out the New York music scene. And then we kind of got stuck there after a couple of years of back and forth. But
Right.
yeah, I was 19.
Seems like you had some humbling beginnings coming over to the States.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I can relate, being that I was born in Puerto Rico, came
Uh-huh.
over when I was young.
Yeah.
And then having a single mother to, really just fend for me and her and build a foundation for us. How do you relate that with the book that you do with, because it is a part cooking book, right?
Yeah, it is. It started a recipe book.
So I'm a huge cuisine fan.
Oh, good.
So I was just in Colombia and I was just trying out all these sorts, and I love octopus, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
But I never had grilled octopus. So I'm interested to hear what type of cuisines do you have inside of your book? Is it a lot German based? Is it a lot of just favoritism? Or is it health conscious?
It is a mix, I would say, like a mix of everything. Being that, a lot of people think that I'm like vegan or something because I'm so healthy and I always work out and I'm just like health conscious. But it is, I do have different types of recipes, and a lot of it comes from my mom, who's German. So it is not typical German, because my mom, even though she is German, she never like cooked typical German food, like what people think of German food, like sausage and sauerkraut and stuff. I never grew up. I honestly didn't grow up that way, but things that my mom basically made up and created herself, I used some of her recipes, and then I have some of my own that I literally kind of like improvised, and that a lot of times the way I like to cook is sometimes just putting stuff together, and then if it comes out good, I remember it and I just keep
whatever's in the cabinet at the time.
Right, and so a lot of the recipes are like born that way. So they came.
It's almost like making music, right?
Yeah.
You're just able to pull up whatever instruments, and
because it's no rules. Like I guess cooking is an art too. So it's like you don't have to go by the rules. You can just whatever you like, and that's like that with my music too.
What's some of your favorite dishes?
I do like healthy stuff, but I also love sweets. So that's one thing that also is not true when people say, oh, you must eat only like salads. I do have a lot of salads in my book because I kind of like started this thing on social media where I would always post my different types of salads. But I love to always have a salad with my meal, but I do eat carbs. I eat chocolate. I do eat cake, pizza, all of that stuff. So I do actually have pizza from scratch in my cookbook, where you make the dough and everything. And that comes from my sister, Sophie, who she lives in Germany now. She used to be in the group with me, but she is a vegan. And she is actually even a better cook than me. Like, she should be having a cookbook. And I ended up being the one. But I have some inspiration from her and the dishes that she makes. So I kind of like pull from, people that I love what they do, and then I make my own.
Yeah, I think I kind of have to agree with you with the whole balance of being able to have salads, but then also your chocolates and sweets and such. I'm very conscious with myself when it comes to dietary.
Awesome.
Salads are very important to me.
Yep.
But again, we all have a sweet tooth.
Yes.
But as long as, just like anything else, a small dosage does not harm the body at all. Because the body can repair itself. So. And
I just, I used to like, especially being a teenager growing up, I used to always just try to diet and lose. Like in Germany, like everyone tells me now I'm skinny, but in Germany growing up, I was like a little bit more chubby. And in Germany, everyone is super skinny. So growing up, that was like what I thought is normal, and I should be thin. And then and I would always try to diet and cut out things and restrict myself. And ever since I had kids, I have absolutely no restrictions, and I don't ever feel like I'm on a diet. And that is also what I talk about in my book. Like, I don't ever want to feel like I can't eat this or I can't eat that, or whatever my body wants, I give my body that. So The good thing is that my body mostly craves healthy stuff, for the most part, and that's why what you just said, like when I do have like the cakes and things like that, I don't have it all the time.
Right.
I do have it.
Right. It seems, you love freedom. I love that. I love that in every aspect, because I think everyone should have that entitlement. And it sucks that I have to say entitlement, because because we're built on such a society now that we have to abide by all these rules.
Right.
So when it carries on to your lifestyle, how do you bring that forth with your music, or even with this book that you write? Like, was there anything that you felt that, I don't want to put this in there, leave this out, or were you just, hey, whatever comes to mind, that's what's going to go into the paper?
That second one. Literally, like, whatever comes to mind. And I'm a very open person, like, even, when I was on TV, on the reality show, like, I was very open with my life, but I am that way. I just like to share my truth, and even the negative stuff. And like I said that earlier when you guys were talking to me on the interview, that for social media, I just like for people to be inspired. I like to have a positive profile and show positivity and the good moments. But in my book and in my music, I talk about my struggles too. And because, people want advice, especially like women these days. I get so many messages every day from women trying to get advice from me. So I do share my struggles, and I'm not ashamed of it. Even now, like, there's a lot of things, even being a kind of established artist who's released music for years, I still struggle with things, and I'm not ashamed of sharing that. And like, people a lot of times these days like to pretend like everything's they got it all under control, and I'm open with not having that.
So with that said, I got one last question. How's life?
Life is amazing, and it's something that I never used to say before I had my kids. They definitely have made me happier. They have made me realize that life is amazing, and even without like reaching certain goals that you have, I always strive to, and that is my goal, striving to do it, and like trying my best to get to my goals. But if I don't reach them, it's not a tragedy. It's like I'm still working on it. I'm still working towards it, and that alone is goals to me. So yeah, the journey is what counts.
I think you have such a healthy mindset
Thank
and
you.
a great ambition. So with that being said, I know with whatever you tackle on in life, you're going to succeed to the max.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for sitting down with
Happiness
us.
is my success.
Happiness is your success. Appreciate your time again, and best of luck with everything that you do. I'm Cruzie Cruz, this is SheddinTV, and I'm with Amina Buddafly.